Hello.
Hey, namaste.
Namaste.
I
How goes
can't.
it? Can you see me?
No, not yet.
Han. There we go. Now you can see the top of me.
Yeah. Hold on. All right. Cool, man. I like the background.
Yeah, I'm in the living room today as opposed to
The
the
den.
office. The office we're kind of renting out to a friend. So,
Yeah, that's an awesome background.
yeah, it's pretty, right?
Yeah. I'm
I,
uh I'm excited about this one. I was telling
I,
my wife that you were my best guest so far, I think.
oh, cool. Thank you.
You know? Oh, and by the way, if I say you know too much, please say no, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, because you wouldn't know because I'm telling you.
Okay.
You know what I
You know too
mean?
much.
Like if I
No, I don't
say,
know.
like on the last one, on the Nathan Fowler one, I kept saying, like way too much when I listened to it back.
Oh, okay. You mean like that? I thought you were saying if you say I know too much, like saying
Oh,
I know you know too much.
oh, no, 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 no.
Like, okay.
You know what I mean? Like if I
So you're
say,
saying, like if I'm okay, got it.
because before the last one, I consciously said I'm not gonna say and you know too much. And I said it worse than ever, but I didn't realize it, you know?
Huh.
So,
Yeah, she could be like a hand signal, be like, boom.
yeah. Well, that's cool, you know?
Now I'll say something. See.
So I went to a Buddhist temple for the first time last Friday. It was just something interesting to say. Uh, like it was pretty intense, you know. Like a traditional Vietnamese Buddhist temple, sitting, legs crossed, spine up on a pad for about 2 hours, like meditating for almost 2 hours, you know, and which is a long time.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, and it was so uncomfortable, like it was painful, you know,
Yeah.
and it was painful, which I respect the discipline aspects of that. I do, but I don't know. I couldn't get over the pain.
Actually,
And
I have difficulty going past an hour myself, even getting to an hour sometimes, specifically almost always at around 50 to 55 minutes. I always really, really want to move. But if I set a timer and I'm doing an hour and I'm specific to that, I can make myself sit there for an hour. As far as I'm gonna make an effort to sound less like a fruit. That's my personal thing. I watched the video. I'm like, God, I sound so queer. Not that being like I have anything against gay people, but I just don't want to sound that way.
yeah,
Um,
I
but
hear you.
yeah. But anyway, getting back onto what I was saying.
Yeah,
As far as meditation goes, once you get to um, a lot of the physical pain that you endure during meditation is actually a manifestation and a side effect of your own diseases and disorders, believe it or not. So
oh,
you can endure through them and just continue like just focusing on your breath and straightening your spine more and more. Your back and posture and your energy will actually force itself into position, and the pain will go away. Um, is actually a good way. It's really actually a good way to do healing on yourself, but it's really uncomfortable and really hard to do. Like when you're sitting there, you like want nothing more than to just feel like, ugh, you know. But if you
yeah.
can just like maintain the posture and get like force yourself to stay in it, eventually everything kind of just takes shape and works. Um,
And
so it's
there's
a really good thing to do. Like I honestly just recommend an hour. I've done, I think the longest meditation I've ever done was 2.5 hours, and uh, it was a Kundalini meditation, and I'm pretty sure it was the Darti Hay. No, it wasn't Darti Hay. I remember I had to stare at my nose. stare at the tip of my nose with my eyes just a little bit open. I don't remember what the chant was, but I know that I was like crying by the end of it. Like not like purposely. I was just like, I want to close. I want to, sort of thing. Like it was, I was like so done. But like, just try staring at your nose for 2.5 hours with your eyes just a little bit open. My head was hurting so bad. My eyes were like, I want to move.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
I made it. It was just perseverance. It was hard. I mean, my typical meditation like used to be about an hour. I would do an hour twice a day, an hour in the morning, an hour at night. And the thing was, when I did it, I would be very strong with not moving. Like once I sat down and set the timer, I would not move. Like the only movements I would do would be like this, like just straightening my back more, lifting my head more. I do it on a hard surface, legs crossed, just paying attention to my breath and like really doing it. And it was great. I did that for a year. It was 2 hours a day, and that was a really good thing to be doing. I
Wow,
don't do it.
an
I mean,
hour twice a day. Wow,
yeah, I would do it first thing when I woke up and right before bed. Um,
it's so hard with kids, though.
oh yeah, I
Uh,
know.
and that's the
I
thing.
do.
Like that's one thing I think I might have had on the list to talk about. And I want to talk to you about the list first too, to see if there's anything that you did not want to talk about.
Let me
Because
pull up the list again. I have it here. I haven't looked at it. I looked at it a little bit and was like, I guess it's all okay. There was one thing on there I was kind of iffy on, but
all right,
oh, and
so
as far as kava goes, it's real simple. You just put it in water in a nut bag and squeeze it till it's done.
oh
Um,
okay, really?
Yeah, it's real simple. You just put it in cold water in a cheesecloth bag, except not cheesecloth. You want it to be like a nut cloth, so like smaller holes in cheesecloth.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Don't let
about.
it leak out, and you just squeeze it just like over and over again for like 15 minutes. And then when you're done, you pull it out and squeeze it all the way, and then take a little bit more water and pour it on it and squeeze it, and do that like for like half gallons worth. It helps. The
So
amount that you
not
use
cold
is,
water, you said?
yeah, cold water.
Okay.
And you do about 1 ounce per half gallon. 1 ounce of powder per half gallon.
Okay. Oh, really? That's it? Wow.
Yeah,
Let me write that down. So that's all you have to do?
yeah,
You keep
that's
pouring
it.
water over it and squeezing it?
Well, you put it in the water first and squeeze it, and then when you're done, like you pull it out, and then you take some more water and you pour it on it and just squeeze it really good.
Well, so all right. So let me explain the why change name. One of my friends from over here was like, "Well, why did he change his name?" It's like maybe we should get him to talk about that because people might want to know that. People
Yeah, I'm
might
okay with talking about that. I
like.
mean, there's a lot of things to mention once you get into name concepts.
Okay, like people, the average person might want to know the reasons for it. I understand, but I would like to change my. If I was to change my name, it might be Damon Head in the Clouds.
That's
um,
fun. I mean, the first thing I would talk about with name change is like, well, why keep your name? Like, where does the name come from, and why do we use this particular system of identification? Does anyone like really go into that anymore? In China and Japan, they have a completely different system with names. Is this way and ways of the way a person is identified. Last name's always first, and then you say the first name, or the family name comes first, not the last name. They use family name, and then in our culture, for a long time, our last name was oftentimes given to us because it's what our family did. Like you had shoemaker as a last name, or you would have like um, what I mean, I can't think of
yeah,
examples
I know
right
what
now,
you
but
mean.
our name was given to us based on our family's trait, like what we accomplished.
Yeah,
Um, we don't really do that anymore. Like, a lot of our names are basically they serve as much meaning as daylight savings time. They're just old traditions carried on with no purpose or memory as to reasons why, and people just do it because it's what's done. Um,
it's one of the best ways I would think to reinvent yourself.
yeah,
Uh,
well, definitely, that's one of the reasons I did it. It wasn't just. I mean, I had a lot of reasons. I mean, we can talk about this when we're
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I don't know, coming into contact with non-enlightened people. So I was just wondering how you handle, uh, yeah, people who coming into you know,
uh,
uh,
I wouldn't call them non-enlightened first off because I feel like that's almost like
being
puts people
judgmental.
down. Yeah, judgmental. But I would say like spiritual children is the way I would use the term. That's how I define it. Um, and yeah, I mean that's a good one to talk about too.
Like
That's
they don't
hard.
like someone who completely doesn't understand a word that you're saying. Like they're may even be angry at um, may even be angry at your freedom.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's definitely a good thing to talk about. I don't want to get into it too much now because everything I say now I'm gonna end
Yeah,
up
yeah,
repeating.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, that's a good one to talk about. That's really a really tough one. And one of the things I'll end up talking about is like love and the concept of love and how to love
Okay.
with that because a lot of people. Let me fix my hair, but a lot of people.
I'm just wondering if there's anything that you don't want to talk about. Because I remember last time I want to talk about no meat, no alcohol, because I think it's important and it's something that a lot of people wish they can do, but they don't really understand. I like for you to explain it, but I know it's at the same time a contentious subject and not not very popular sometimes. So I know you
Yeah.
didn't want to really talk about it that much.
Well, I
Uh,
don't want to be
and I want to
putting
talk
people
more
off.
about
That's my only thing.
I want to talk more about philosophy. Like kind of start off all right. You know, why name change and dealing with like hippie haters and stuff. I got stuff that I want to know.
Yeah, no,
Too.
that's fine. And I
And
mean, I
then
like the phony holy thing too. I think that's
yeah,
a good one.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
basically, like I mean, phony holy or just arrogance is generally what it is. Um, like, I know people who are completely full of themselves, like they think they're God walking around, and everyone, like they're Jesus, and everyone should
David
appreciate
Koresh.
what?
David Koresh.
Maybe, sure.
The Waco cult leader.
Uh-uh.
David Koresh from the Waco cult leader from Texas. Thought he
Nope.
was you thought he was the second coming of Christ, and the government blew down their buildings and killed everybody and stuff. You don't remember
No.
that? Okay. Well,
But yeah, that sort of thing.
well, like for me, it's like this. Some people say I don't I want to kind of save some of it too. Like some people say that uh, oh, this person dresses so much like a hippie and stuff. It's kind of like being a phony spiritualist, a phony holy. I say,
Yeah.
I say though that it's only if you know the difference. It's kind of like you can have money if you want, as long as you know that know the difference. That money that about spirit. You can have material goods if you like, as long as you don't know, as long as you know the difference that material goods don't make up who you are. Or
No.
if you want to be, some people only do yoga so they can look like they're spiritual. Some people, the stretching and stuff. Some people only wear beads and
Dude,
a
man, it's
chirpy
the
shirt.
best way to get chicks nowadays.
Yeah, right.
Dude, you want to pick up chicks? Go to a yoga class, take these beads, and say some like Om Namah Shivaya stuff, and they'll be all over you.
Yeah, 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 right. It could be like a sleazy way to pick up chicks.
Dude, man, it ain't sleazy if it works, bro.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And so uh, stuff like that. I was just like it. As long as you know that you're the man, like some men who wear a suit don't realize that they're just a man in a suit. They think that a lot of professors are like that, like
You know,
philosophy
I,
professors. They think that they are the actual professor instead of the man who is playing the role of being the professor.
yeah,
Uh,
I mean, you can't take. Ultimately, that comes down to the fact that no person can take credit for what they're channeling. I mean, the only thing anybody can ever take credit for is how well tuned of an instrument they've turned themselves into for the music to play through them. Um, like I have chosen to, like through willpower and practice, to put myself into a position where I was going to be more capable to be a channel for this music. Meaning, I have crafted myself into an instrument for which God can play, basically. Um, I got rid of alcohol and a lot of things, but even that ultimately could be argued that I can't take credit for that either if you want to believe in the whole free will versus no free will concept. But I would say, as far as the ego goes, that's really the only thing the ego can truly claim credit for is how beautiful of an instrument they've turned themselves into. Like an artist really can't take credit for the art that comes out of them. And I think most artists and musicians, so many will try to take credit, but I think most um, can acknowledge that when they're painting or when they're playing music or when they're making music, what comes out, like they're not thinking in depthly about what comes out. Usually it just comes out. It flows.
Yeah,
It flows itself. When
like
you're painting,
poetry.
like, yeah, it's like same with poetry. I mean, poetry is an art form as well. It's whenever you get into that concept, whenever what comes out is pure beauty, and that's in all things. That's not just poetry and art, but that's in words and descriptions and ways of saying things.
Or like Alan Watts says, you can't force an erection.
I mean, you can, but it usually hurts.
Yeah, but I mean, not really. It's like you just have to kind of be in the moment. Like I don't know.
You have to let it flow.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you don't want to talk about?
Um, let's see. I don't think there was anything I really didn't want to talk about. There's some things I liked more than others, but I mean, I think as long as we're just talking, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I didn't want to make this structured bullet list and all. I just was kind of so I listened to our podcast a couple of times, and I was like, yeah, it'd be cool if we could talk more about this and that.
Yeah,
And
no, it'll be good. I'm not
uh,
worried.
so I'll be right back, and I'll go get a little bit of coffee, which is why I want to know. I don't know if it even fits, but I want
The
to
caffeine
kind of
thing.
know. Yeah, you said that you
Um,
decided to quit caffeine.
yeah, I don't really take caffeine personally, but I mean, that's just a personal decision. I mean, that's more really equated with the concept that everything a person ingests is a drug. Everything a person ingests is a drug. An apple's a drug. If you eat it, it's a drug because it is affecting your brain chemistry. It is altering your mood. It is affecting you.
Hmm.
And some things affect you more than others. I happen to be really, really sensitive to caffeine, and I don't like to
Oh,
um,
yeah,
come down from it, and I don't like the idea of being addicted to it either.
yeah.
Um, so it's not really for me. That's all. But I also don't wake up early, so
Yeah, like I'll have one cup in the morning, and then I'll drink tea. Sometimes I'll drink tea throughout the day because, um, like a second cup of coffee is it's too strong for me. It stresses me out. It causes stress. It's like liquid stress to me. But tea has just the right amount of caffeine. Just to kind of get me going, but not stressful, not stressed out. Yeah.
yeah, tea's nice. That's what my wife drinks. Is she drinks green tea.
Yeah, but I once went 3 days without caffeine, and it was pretty nice actually. The first couple of days I was kind of freaking out, but the third day, I don't know, I wasn't tired, and I got along my day like just fine.
Yeah, I mean, caffeine it's actually a pretty heavy drug. It's not like one to take lightly, especially if you take high amounts of it. It has a come down. If you're a consistent coffee drinker and you try to quit, you'll have headaches for a week. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's rough, but I mean, it's like I said, it's a personal choice. It's not really like it's not one of those things where I think drinking coffee or not drinking coffee is gonna like ruin or create make a person.
Yeah.
It's just a vibration I don't particularly vibe with. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I had to drink a
Like
lot
to
of
share.
coffee when I procrastinated in college, you know. Waiting to the last moment, like, oh shit. So, I'll be right back,
All right.
and then we'll
See
get
you soon.
started. So, if you want to do a meditate, like a 2 minute meditation, like I beforehand, like I could lead a 2 minute meditation. You could lead a 2 minute meditation, you know. Uh,
Okay. I mean, I can give the base. Like, yeah. Okay, I can do that.
for our own sake, you know.
Yeah. Sure. Want to do that now or after coffee?
Uh, I'm just gonna get the coffee just so I can have it here.
Okay.
And all right, I'll be right
All
back.
right.
change my shirt to something that matches more with what you're like. You know, huh? Yeah. All right, man. So show me one of your. I guess I decided I like to meditate before each podcast. I guess because I've been in such a crazy frenzy to get home from work and get everything ready and move the computer here and get set up, blah, 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 blah. So I just need to slow down for a minute.
All right, cool. So we'll start out. Just close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Watch your breath. Breathe out. And for just a moment, release everything. Literally everything. For just a moment, right now, in this instantaneous speck of a second, you are responsible for nothing. You don't have to do a thing. And in that moment, as you release everything and you're still breathing, just watch your breath. Pay attention to what you feel. Be the observer. And allow yourself to just relax. Give yourself permission to be still. Let go of worry, let go of judgment, let go of all concerns of how things may or may not go, because right now is not things going. It's just now. And just take a couple breaths into that moment. As you're sitting there, you can hear your own thoughts come and go. You can actually watch yourself thinking. You're not the one thinking, you're watching the thoughts. You're the one watching the thoughts. You can kind of just sit there and laugh at how the thoughts just keep coming. Don't give them credence, just see them and kind of be like, ha.
All right. Yeah,
Actually,
I haven't drank much. Two small times, like just a few in the last few weeks. My father-in-law actually died on January 1st, and it's probably drinking and driving related. My wife's dad, so I was like going seeing all that and seeing that from like a third person perspective, as if it could have been myself. I was like, man, I was already ready to stop anyway drinking, but you know.
And see, that's actually just the universe continuing to show you the reasons why you don't want to do it.
So I
Um,
decided I'm going to learn from it. Basically, he sacrificed himself to provide a lesson. So
mhm.
it's like, um, so I'm good on that. That was nice. Uh, yeah. So I'll do what I do too. My like meditation method for like 2 minute meditation method. I
I
guess I just want to share like meditational methods.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, I tend to just channel, so whatever I feel in the moment, I say. But yeah, whatever you want to do, let's do it.
so um, I pull in cosmic energy like this, come down through my crown chakra, through the pineal gland, through the throat chakra, into my heart, and so I pull it, pull in cosmic energy, bring it down through the crown, through my brain, to my heart, and expel all negativity out of my heart, out of my chest. And I clasp, sometimes I bring my hands together and bring in cosmic energy directed into my pineal gland, into my forehead, and allow it to come into my brain and just explode into my brain, into healing, white light healing, shiny diamond crystal snowflakes. Expand my mind, expand my consciousness, connect to the universal energy, cosmic energy that flows through all of being, existence. And then I release it and pull it in. And release it. Pulling in cosmic energy through my crown and down to my heart. And then another thing I do sometimes, instead or in addition to, is just sit for a little while and listen to all sounds of existence. Listen to all sounds without interpretation. The sounds of the birds, the cars passing, the wind through the trees, the sounds of people, not to categorize or judge them or interpret them as this bird is singing for this reason, for that reason. This car's what kind of car is that? Where is it going? Without any interpretation whatsoever.
That comes up a lot.
They are just the sounds of simply being alive.
Mm.
let's I'll be back in like 1 second, and then get started. Had to pee a little bit. Drink my water.